Hello and welcome to Non-Stop Wrestling Chat. My name is Barry. Today we're here for This Week in Wrestling and we are kind of just going to be rambling on about wrestling. So today what I want to do is I want to review Extreme Rules. So I want to talk about my thoughts and feelings coming out of it and where I see things are going to go for WWE in the future. So that should be pretty fun. Now I've got a few things I want to run down with AEW, the AEW locker room situation, Paige getting cleared to wrestle, and we'll probably round it up with talking about Impact and the kind of Bound for Glory pay-per-view that they had this weekend as well. Guys, it's been 2 weeks since I last saw you, so I took a little bit of time off. I was just taking some time off to just get a new idea of what I want to do with the channel. I've got my ideas, so we're going to go ahead with it. Anyway, guys, let me just kind of get this up on Twitter, so people can come and watch it, and we'll get right into it. So while we're waiting, I want to know what you thought about WWE Extreme Rules. I want to know it in the comments below or in the live chat if you're here, whatever side it's at. Let me know what you think about it. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Were you a little bit let down with it? There's a lot of the match finishes pretty shit, which we can talk about. But yeah, let me know what you think about it. And give me one little second, guys. Live streaming. No. Cool. We've got it posted. Let's get into it. So we're going to go to Extreme Rules first. We'll start there. Start with the positives. I thought the show was good. I enjoyed it for the most part. I didn't do a few. The cliche term for wrestling is when it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's bad. And this show had both good and bad in it. The stuff that was good was really good, and the stuff that was bad was really fucking kind of shit and boring. But let's just start first. So we had the 6-man tag match, the Donnybrook match, stupid name, but anyway. She had the Brawling Brutes, which is Sheamus, Holland and Bush. They getting the win over Emporium. I thought this match was good. 20 minutes, well, 17:50, but close to 20. It was okay. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was good. A good opener. What I expected it to be. Just people getting beat shit of. Do you know what I mean? I didn't think anything else was going to come for this. And it was a fun match. For me personally, I thought it was a fantastic opener to the show. It shouldn't have been anywhere else in the card. Now sometimes we can move stuff around and whatever. Happy where it was. It was good for where it was, and it was good for what it was as well. That's all I really got to say about it. If I'm going to go, I'll leave an overall star rating. So, number 2, we had Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan. The finish for this was just pretty weird, wasn't it? I don't know if they're going to explain it or whatever. Rousey get the win, but the finish was weird. Morgan just hasn't been booked as a champion since she's won it. The underdog stuff didn't work, and the whole way it's been built just hasn't worked for her at all. In my personal opinion, it hasn't. But overall, this match for me was one of the less enjoyable matches for the night. But it still had good moments in it. The finish I just didn't get. Number 3, we've got the strap match, Karrion Kross versus Drew McIntyre. I was looking forward to this one, and I thought it was good. Now, we did see the Scarlett. I was reading 2 things at once there. We did see Scarlett intervene to get Karrion Kross the victory here. I know a lot of people were a little bit pissed off with this for some reason. I thought this was good. I thought it made sense. If you think about it as well, always needing Scarlett to be there to get the win over somebody or to do this, especially in this Drew McIntyre feud, it's probably going to head into a cage match. Probably going to head into some sort of match where she can't be involved or she gets banned from ringside or something. Do you know what I mean? That's where we're going with it. And I see that being a better way of ending this feud and growing it. We're still probably middle of this feud just now. Maybe 1 or 2 more matches left. And I could see maybe a cage or something that Scarlett can't get involved in. And then we'll see Drew get the win. I think that's cool, but it was a good match, and I enjoyed it. Bianca Belair versus Bayley ladder match. Belair gets the win. It's a really good one again. You spectrum between these two going into the ring, putting on a good match. The ladder match stipulation was, for me, I didn't enjoy that stipulation for these two in the ring. I would have liked to have seen something different. maybe just another Extreme Rules match. I think you could have maybe used that a little bit better, but it was what it was, and it was an okay match. Then we got Finn Balor versus Edge. Balor gets the win. I thought this was done really good, especially coming to the end and Beth getting hit by the chair. So the reason that Edge says quit, I quit, is because Rhea's going to hit Beth with the chair. Then she does it anyway, and they're calling for help and stuff. And it really sets up for those Survivor Series matches and stuff that's coming up in the future, which I think is going to be a fucking brawl, especially with War Games and stuff like that. I think it's going to be good. Main event had Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins. Fucking awesome match. Riddle gets a win. That fight pit stuff was actually very good. Rollins coming out with like kind of Rob Van Dam inspired stuff was cool, because obviously that's Riddle's guy that he likes, and the story was there, and it was a fantastic match. You didn't think anything else of it, but the big news from last night was obviously Bray Wyatt returning, which was cool. Now, who's he going to go up against first? I would like to see him no build like a wee thing, whatever. I'd like to see him help Edge and Ray against the Judgment Day to build that out. I mean, you've got Bray Wyatt against Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt against Damian Priest. You've got a ton of wee matches you could have there. Sets him in, and then have him against Edge, turning on each other, or him against Ray, whatever. There's stuff there. I would like to see that, but anybody he goes against is going to be amazing. Like, it's so cool to see him back, and it's just cool to see him in WWE. I was one that I wasn't really wanting to see him go to AEW. I wanted to see him come back here, and I'm glad that's happened. So the whole show, guys, from top to bottom, I enjoyed it for the most part. I didn't have any major complaints while I was sitting watching it. I thought it was fun for the most part. You know, there is bits in it that you're like, this could have been better, this could have been this, but overall, I think this was a good little show. Nothing special, nothing great. And one thing I do want to see is Roman wasn't on this show. And I think this has been the best show that Roman hasn't been on for a while. And I know there's been a few others, but this one for me has definitely been up there. I was excited to watch this show. Not worrying about the world champion. There's no world champion here in this card. But it was still a good show. And that's where WWE is really doing good stuff. I'm excited to see where this goes, where the future for WWE is. We spent most of this channel live moaning about how shite WWE is, and well deserved moaning how shite it is. But going forward and seeing like where they're going to be using guys like Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes when he gets back, Seth Rollins, like that roster, Riddle, Finn Balor, Edge, fucking Karrion Kross, Drew McIntyre, and that's just the men. Then you go into Ronda Rousey, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, whatever you want to call her. All of these people, where is WWE going to go with this? Do you know what I mean? Like, they have an insane amount of talent there, and I'm buzzing for the Royal Rumble, guys. I think Cody's going to come back and win that, but I'm excited for that. The talent that's going to be coming into that fucking Royal Rumble is going to be just amazing. But let's move from that little review there, and we'll talk about. Do you know what we'll talk about first? We'll do Bound for Glory. I've got the card here. I just need to get it up. So Bound for Glory was obviously Impact's kind of pay-per-view thing, whatever the fuck they call them. Now, right, we'll just go through some of the cards here. Right, we've got Brian Myers versus Dirty Dangle, Frankie Kazarian versus Bailey, Mickey James versus Maya Yim, the Death Dolls versus VXT, the Kingdom versus Motor City Machine Guns, the Jordana Grace versus Misha, what the hell, how do you say her name? Josh Alexander versus Eddie Edwards, and also that Calder Shots Gauntlet match, which was pretty good, but we'll talk about that in a bit. So, Josh Alexander versus Eddie Edwards was great. Alexander's still the world champion. and it's just fantastic. You know, Impact goes through phases. Right now, Impact has been putting on fantastic matches, and this pay-per-view is just the same. Pretty much most of these matches were highly enjoyable and just put on a really fun show to watch. I like the arena setup as well, it looked cool. But we will talk about that gauntlet match. So you had people like Tommy Dreamer, Bobby Fish, Matt Cardona, Rhino. The Bobby Fish stuff when people were chanting CM Punk and stuff was just kind of weird. But you had tons of people in this, and the winner was Bully Ray. So he's back in Impact. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I would have done that as the winner, but it is what it is. But overall, the whole Bound for Glory, if you've not checked it out, guys, go watch it. It was a fun show. Now, is it going to entice me to watch Impact weekly again? No, but I'm catching a few myriad of clips. And I thought the arena setup for this one was fantastic, like I said. You know, that's me got that off there. So like I said, I'm not going to go back and watch Impact like it's fucking the best wrestling show on the planet, because I just can't go back and watch that weekly. The Impact is putting on great wrestling, but there's so much choice now that it falls below the wayside. And even if they're putting on great monthly shows, their weekly shows always seem just lacking something, which is a pain because they're good. But yeah, so let's talk about AEW. So the whole locker room thing with Sammy Guevara and Andrade and everybody's fighting and upset and fucking all this kind of stuff. I seen a GIF the other day, and it was somebody holding a sign saying hire HR staff, and then it was like Tony Khan saying, "Who's this independent wrestler I've not seen hire HR now?" I thought that was hilarious because it does seem like that, and it's all falling apart. That's what WWE does well. There's rules, and they're a fucking huge company. They know exactly how to. You go speak to this person. If this person doesn't give you what you want, you go speak to this person. If you being unreasonable, like it's a company and they know what they're doing. And AEW just feels like a bunch of guys floating around trying to be a company, and it's not working as well. Now, the ratings are seemingly gone up. The different stuff does seem to be working. They are having good matches, but fuck me, is this embarrassing to be watching. Your first time ever watching AEW, right? You tune in and you go into Twitter. I'll go check this out. I'll go into social media. I'll go into Google, whatever. You Google AEW, and you're like, what the hell is this? Do you know what I mean? Like, why is all these people fighting? Why is everybody moaning? Why is everybody doing this? And I just think that's where we're missing out on. AEW is starting to look more and more like WCW with the mismanagement, and I hope they can get it sorted out. I keep saying it. I don't want these guys to go to business. I want them to keep getting sorted out, but I feel that they're going to just take over out of business. Now, guys, these are on a big term contracts, but if WWE, if Warner Brothers decides I'd rather work with WWE, or Discovery decides I'd rather work with WWE, maybe they'll do another show for us. Maybe they'll do this. What about if they say aye? Then what does AEW do? Do you mean they're going to... So here in the UK, you've got a toy shop called Smith's, right? So I went on it today because I was looking for some stuff for my kids, and you've got 6, 7 wrestlers and 2 spaces for the game that's coming out at some point. On WWE stuff, you have fucking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different wrestlers. Who is kids going to go to? And I know AEW isn't for kids. I know people are going to say, oh, it's no for this and it's no for that. It's only for fucking... it's only for like different I don't know. Like, it's only for I don't know. People say WWE is just for kids. I don't think it is. people say that AEW isn't for kids. Well, it is. I mean, you had the pizza guy in there, you've got that Danhausen, you've got... That's where the big market is, guys. As much as we don't want to admit it, that's where the big market in wrestling is. You can have great wrestling, you can enjoy wrestling. That's what I think AEW's forgot what they're doing. And then this Paige thing, however much they're paying her, I've not even looked at it, but she's been allowed to wrestle. WWE works with some of the best neck surgeons in the fucking planet, and the same with Daniel Bryan. They said it would be unsafe, then he went and wrestled. Then they've said about Paige, and she goes wrestles, she does a couple, she gets injured. Do you know what I mean? Then obviously the hang with CM Punk. Apparently, I was reading the other day that CM Punk's been let go. So quietly let go. He's not going to be returning to AEW. But then you look at the other side of that. John Moxley's just signed a 5-year extension, and where is the sense of what these guys are doing business-wise? Do you know what I mean? You're sending 5-year extensions, but you're still going to pay somebody to sit at home that's going to be worth millions. Just like, there's no business sense that's happening here, and that's just my personal opinion here, guys. Obviously, don't fucking take this as gospel, but I think there's a large bump in the road coming for AEW soon. I could see this. A lot of guys leaving, and we've got a lot of guys coming up in contract next year, the end of this year, next year, isn't it? Because the two of them kind of 2023, 2024, they start to come out of contract. WWE might be like, well, we want an extra 100 people for NXT, and we're going to bring guys up, and then we're going to get, we want MJF, we want this. Who are you going to go to? You're going to stay in AEW and have be the fans wrestling, or you want to go and make real money in the big company, and people recognise you all over the world, and people's going to buy your shit, listen to your podcast, and then you can leave WWE, go back to AEW and get paid a shit ton more money because you're going to go back, and people might be upset with you, punch you in the face, you get to go sit in your home and get paid hundreds of thousands to do nothing. It's a silly concept of business, and I just think they're going to an area where they can't come back from. And it's not their fault. It's no AEW's fault. Then WWE is they're changing, and it feels new, feels fresh, it feels interesting, and it feels enjoyable to watch. They're not a fringe, the best wrestling in the world. I wouldn't definitely wouldn't say that about WWE yet, but they're polishing up, and they're hitting. Everybody's starting to enjoy it. 4 of us, me, my partner, and my 2 kids, sat, watched Extreme Rules, and we loved it. We all had different bits that we popped it, or we jam it, and we enjoyed. And I just don't see that in AEW. When we watch the pay-per-views, I'm enjoying it. They're coming in and out. They're not sitting and doing to fully watch it. But guys, that's just my opinion. I don't know where AEW is going to go. I hope nothing major happens to them and we still see them here for another 5 or 10 years, but well, signing people with contracts for 5 years, so let's see what happens. I don't know where it's going to go. I really feel that they've messed up, and let's hope they can build their way out of that hole again to get back to where they could have been. COVID's obviously fucked up their plans, and I think maybe it might be another year or 2 before they actually start getting back to where they would have been. But yeah, overall, guys, I enjoyed Extreme Rules. That's my kind of take for this weekend. Extreme Rules Bound for Glory was great, and I had a fun time watching wrestling this weekend. I really had the first time in a while that I've really been able to sit down and just enjoy wrestling, not worrying about having to travel away and stuff like that. That's the other thing, guys, is I'm back home mostly, so I will still be obviously doing my job, my business and stuff. The way that works is it's going to be longer days and stuff like that, but video wise we're kind of coming back. We're going to be getting maybe 2 or 3 a week, just depending on how kind of stuff rolls, but we should be back having some fun, reviewing a little bit more wrestling, and I've got a few. So my ideas for videos coming up is I'm going to be doing a kind of look back at wrestlers, so like some of my favourite matches from them, and it'll just be quick, short videos. We'll have them up as well. I'm going to do a little look into different promotions. You might get them once a month, and then I'm going to try and do a live stream where I'll get people on, we'll chat about old wrestling shows, and then obviously you'll get This Week in Wrestling, which will probably have some people on as well, and just have me moaning. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and that beautiful notification bell. Go follow me on TikTok, Twitter, everywhere you get wrestling stuff, and I'll see you back here Wednesday. I think my next video's up. I'll see you back there then.